Alright, yo, this is day 3, final day. And Jorge is face palming himself, which I am somewhat happy about due to the fact that I'm still filming. But this is what I do. Yeah. Can't do nothing about it, bruh. Nah, so right now we left the hotel already about an hour ago, and we are right now here in Checkers because what better place to have breakfast? Think about that for a moment.
No one's gonna think about that for a moment.
Nah, so we just got some food, and Jorge said it's like, oh, this is the best fries, so I'm just gonna try it out. Pretty good.
Season.
Yeah. Good fries. My first time at Checkers. Watch, everyone's gonna be being like, catch me at home or something. But, yeah, what do you think? Man, she got mozzarella sticks. Got a shake. Said he got, oh, she's just numbing that burger. And then Jorge still doesn't want to be filmed. So.
Because if I get filmed, I should start rethinking my life choices.
I should probably film him. But,
no.
Good shake. Alright, so, I'll talk to you later, see what happens next. But, yeah. Food time. Eat. Mine. Yo, what is up, guys? Well, as you can see, the trip is over, and right now I'm here in my room. It is Wednesday, actually. Yes, so I'm sorry that this is coming out so late. There was a lot of stuff going on, stuff that I'll explain later in future videos, but right now we're talking about this, and mainly the rest of the trip is pretty much what you saw. We just went to Checkers, we got some gas, and we went home. Back Jorge and Zadie, they dropped me off over at my uncle's house where I currently live, obviously. And that's pretty much how the trip went. We said our goodbyes. I'll be honest, I had a tear or two and it was just really emotional. And it was a lot. But I enjoyed so much about it. If you saw the description in the last video, the day 2, you saw that we did a lot of stuff on Halloween, a lot of stuff, and it was amazing. Just to put in really quick words, is pretty much we went on 6 out of 9 houses, 5 out of 6 rides, and so that's a lot. And this weekend was so amazing. I am so grateful, so happy that I was able to have this opportunity, not just to go to these amazing places and have so much fun, but to see friends that I have not seen in a while again, because it's been forever and I missed them a lot. Not all of my friends were able to come, which sucks, but that just means that later on we will have another chance to see them. Thanksgiving will be coming up in like 2 weeks, so there's that. I mean, I'm gonna be seeing particular people then, who I'm very excited for. Miss them a lot, and the friends I just saw, I missed them already. Beck and Zadie and the others there, all very close to me, and I cannot wait to see them again. They mean a lot. So what I'll do real quick, just to end things off, is I'll do a really quick top 6 video of the haunted houses that I went to. Because of the fact that there were 9 haunted houses over at Halloween Horror Nights, what I'm going to be doing is the ones that I didn't go to, I'll just not put them in. So it's like kind of like honorable mentions, I suppose, while the ones that I did go to, I'll put them in the list. Now, this is my personal list. I'm not saying that some were scarier than others, like as a fact. It's just my opinion, and we're all entitled to our opinion. Funny enough, some of them I will like more than others because of story, more than scares, or maybe because they got certain things right that others were just like, wait, what? So, yeah, let's get this started. Number 6, The Run. Now, The Run was very interesting, very different from the others. It wasn't exactly scary, it was more just kind of fun-ish or exercising or I don't know. But pretty much it was kind of like some sort of future-ish Detroit-styled backwater Hunger Games style world. Like imagine the Biff world in Back to the Future 2, where Biff takes over, and think of it like that, where you know a bunch of the world's just in chaos, and people have to run to survive, I suppose. But I'll be honest, the most fun I had with this, sad to say, wasn't in the haunted house, but in the line itself, mainly because they played a bunch of these songs that I really enjoyed. My favorite one being Smooth Criminal by Michael Jackson, which I just danced through the entire line. I wish I could have recorded it for you guys. I feel bad about that, but my phone died, as I said, so that's that. So that was number 6, The Run. It was fine, and the costumes were cool. The way the environment looked was very nice. I enjoyed that. It's just not really my style. It was more of just more about the survival part, I guess, than the fear. And you know, there's kind of a difference between the two. Number 5, The Purge. Now, this kind of goes back to The Run in a sense, where it's like it wasn't exactly horror, but more of the survivalist kind of thing. Now, the thing about The Run and The Purge is that it's the fear comes from the, you know, the thought of survival. And because I know, and many other people knew, that this was, you know, we weren't being attacked or anything, and there wasn't any creepy images or anything like that, I feel like the scares weren't exactly there. Now, that's not saying that it wasn't good. Now, The Purge, it was on key with, from what I know about the movies. The masks that they use and the way that they kill certain people. They even had the announcer from the movie itself have the voice saying, "Attention, the purge is starting," blah, 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 explaining the rules. And that was really cool. I like that effect. I also enjoyed how in this one room we actually saw the cameras all around. So it was as if we were seeing all the people who we were about to meet, and that was very cool. That was that I liked a lot. But besides that, it's like, sure, we saw a couple of people like kill each other and stuff, and that's okay, that's cool, that's what they do in The Purge. It's just, it's not something that was scary, and I was looking for something scary. Even though I'm not much of a horror fan, even I have to admit, it's like, if it's Halloween horror nights, then you should keep it with that, horror. Even so, it was fun. It was fine, and I enjoyed it. I'm just saying that it was more of the survival aspect than the horror aspect. Number 4, The Walking Dead. Now, yeah, I'm pretty sure a good amount of you people are gonna be looking at me like, wait, what? What are you, crazy dude? You love The Walking Dead. You review it all the time. You did an entire season of Fear the Walking Dead and stuff. And yes, that is true. But the thing is that I enjoyed The Walking Dead one. I really did. It was great. The only problem was again that it was more of survival than fear. But here's the difference where it goes over The Run and The Purge. Now here we actually see zombies, like actual monsters that are meant to give us fear because they're unnatural. That's what fear is mainly about, where it's like we see the unnatural and it's just something that it freaks us out. That's why The Purge and The Run didn't really scare me, it's because these are humans. These are humans hurting each other and stuff, and it's like, that's not scary. These supernatural beings are scary. It's just, with The Walking Dead, I felt like because I love the show so much, maybe I wasn't as scared as I should be, because I knew everything about the show. I watch it a lot. Me and my friends and my family, we will all watch it, and it just got to the point where it's like, yeah, I guess I wasn't really much afraid. And even though the environment itself was amazing, they got a lot of the places right. Some spoilers ahead, sorry, skip ahead if you want, but the thing is that they got all the sets right for season 5. This was an entire story of season 5 in one haunted house, where we got to see the attack of Terminus, and then the barn house hurricane, the death of Noah, aka everybody ate Chris. You know, that's always very funny meme and kind of sad, but yes, it led to that, and they got all the sets right. It was great. The thing is that I have to be honest, the walkers didn't really look much like the walkers from the show. Some did, but a good amount of them, it was very obvious which one was the mask, which one wasn't. And the one thing that I really did enjoy was the fact that they didn't just put walkers, they actually put humans to scare us too. Because in the very beginning, we were in the location of Terminus. If you guys remember, Terminus is the place with all the cannibals from The Walking Dead. And that is very interesting. We saw a girl chopping a guy's head off, and another one slicing a guy's neck, and the blood is in the bathtub and everything. And it was crazy. It was messed up, and my friend Beck, she was freaked out about that. And that's the thing, because she and some of my other friends didn't get The Walking Dead, they didn't understand. I'm pretty sure that scared them more than it scared me, because they didn't understand what was going on. But I felt like because I knew what was going on, it wasn't going to scare me that much. Little nitpicks here and there. I really wish that I saw more of them eating thing actually acting like walkers or zombies or whatever, because only once did I see them eating a corpse, and it wasn't even a human. It was if I remember, it was a horse or a cow or something. That's fine. It's just, you know, they're supposed to be zombies and not really acting much like zombies. They're just putting their arms out at you, and that's fine. That's the rules of how haunted houses work. It's just, you would think, it being a zombie based haunted house, it would put more into that, where it's like we actually see them eat things, or we see some of their body parts falling off, or something. Now the makeup was okay, it's just not as good as the ones on the show, which is obvious because this isn't the show. I'm just saying, as a fan of The Walking Dead, it was fine. The environments were amazing, great. They got everything on key when it comes to the setting. I just wish that the walkers themselves were a bit more terrifying, and I do admit it just wasn't the scariest. Number 3, American Werewolf in London. Now, this is something that I'm not entirely used to. I know about the American Werewolf and all that. I believe they have like a couple of movies. I never actually saw them, but I know about them, and it was interesting. It was fine. Now, was it completely terrifying? No, not really. I mean, yes, there were some really scary parts, just not the scariest. But it was very enjoyable. I actually felt in certain locations where there was like actually a moment where things pop out, and it was freaky. Usually people say, oh, the jump scares are cliche, and that's something that's very known in these haunted houses. Expect a lot of jump scares because that's very popular. And that's what I felt this haunted house did good. They made jump scares work. There were moments where a werewolf head would come out of nowhere, and it's like, holy freak. Near the end, it's like you expect to see that werewolf pop out more and more because it is based on werewolves, but they keep you surprised by not just putting werewolves, but they put other creatures and people, and it's like, wait a minute, this is American Werewolf, and yet at one point we see zombies, and at one point I think I saw like a vampire. I don't know. Forgive me if I'm wrong. It's just a lot of very surprising things, and that's one thing that I enjoy about this particular haunted house, that it kept you guessing. And this has come from someone who barely knows anything about the American Werewolf series, but I did appreciate the fact that it just kept me on my toes the entire time. And if you saw my video, which I will probably put in annotation, you will see that, you know, me back and some of my other friends, we agreed that I was like, holy freak, this was crazy. And it gave Beck a good reason why she's not a dog person, which was really funny. But holy freak, the entire time we were all holding each other's hands because of how freaky it is. So that's impressive. That was great. And was it the most scary? No, but it was scary enough to keep us on edge. And it did bring suspense into us, which was something that I appreciate. Number 2, Insidious. Now, I have seen some of the Insidious movies, not all of them. I did see the most recent one with Beck and Zadie back when I was living over in Miami. Now, the thing is that because I didn't see the entire thing, it wasn't understandable. Some of the parts were just like, wait, what's this or what's that supposed to mean? And I guess that's kind of what you would expect if you haven't seen any of these horror movies, where it's like, yeah, you'd be a little confused. But why is it number 2? Well, number 1, it was scary. There were many parts where it's like, holy freak, this is freaky. Like, there were these effects. One thing that I really noticed about this particular haunted house was that it paid more attention to the effects than some of the other haunted houses. Now, I'm not saying that the other haunted houses didn't have effects. I just noticed that this one seemed to focus a lot more. Now, for example, there was this one part where we're walking into some bedroom of a little kid, and suddenly we see this demonic lady creature thing pop up out of nowhere. And the reason why I paid attention was that there was this open closet door thing where she was fast enough she could run out while the lights were flickering, and that's very clever. Now, yes, it is noticeable how they do it, but the fact that they're able to do it in the first place and still surprise us is really great. It had the same suspense as the American Werewolf, where it's like, you can kind of tell it's about to happen, but they put twists and turns here and there where it's like, holy freak, this stuff is freaky and scary. And like, for example, we just got past a room where it's like that scary lady person. I don't recognize her. I think I saw her in like the latest movie, but then suddenly we see this little baby carriage thing just come out of nowhere. I think it was a wagon or something, and it's like, I remember the entire time Beck and Zadie were being fangirls about it because they love the Insidious series. So when they saw it, it's like, holy freak, they did this right, they did this right. And then I took their word for it. I did a bit of research and I was like, holy freak, this haunted house was probably the most on point haunted house when it came to events, environments, and characters. That was holy, like, that was great. And they were able to sum up every single Insidious movie in that one haunted house, and that is very impressive. You have to admit, like, we're not talking about certain movies or a particular season of a show or anything. No, we're talking about the entire Insidious franchise being summed up in one haunted house, and that is very, very impressive. I remember seeing the crazy demon Darth Maul guy. Yes, I'm calling him Darth Maul, so whatever. We saw Darth Maul in it. A lot of fans of Insidious are probably gonna get ticked, but eh. And it was freaky, and that's the thing. This haunted house did a really good job of keeping you on your toes. It had a great job with the effects. Great effects. They kept the lore in point. Like, everything was on point. If you were a fan, you'll be very, very happy with this haunted house. And it was just a great time. And my number 1 haunted house is Freddy vs. Jason. Now, let me explain a bit. of why I decided this. Because, yes, a lot of people will be like, oh, that's the obvious choice. Freddy vs. Jason, iconic characters, blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing. If you paid attention to what I said in my vlog in day 2, you'll see that I really had everything against Freddy and Jason. It's not that I didn't like them. It's just I'm not a horror guy. It's just not my thing. And I never saw any of the Freddy or Jason movies, but I knew who they were. And I knew some of their stories because people told me about them. And I read about them, and it's freaky. And holy freak. Because American Werewolf and Freddy vs. Jason, those were the first 2 haunted houses that we went to. And if you paid attention in the vlogs, it was during the day. Now here's the thing, you already saw my opinion of American Werewolf. Freddy vs. Jason though, they did a good job where it was during the day and they were able to freak me out completely. Now mind you, the entire haunted house was indoors, so obviously it was still going to be dark. But even when you go out, there was, in the very end, Jason comes out and he still scares you, whether it's day or night. And it was great. And again, I did some research, and this thing was very on point for so many reasons. Number one, the settings. The settings were amazing because it gave you a vibe of going into both Jason and Freddy's worlds. Both. And you saw the many ways that they killed their victims. And that is very impressive. Not just to make one world. No. You have to first get used to looking at 2 completely different worlds of 2 completely different characters. And then once you get into the part where they start going up against each other, that's where things start picking up, because you start noticing a story. And that's one thing I really enjoyed. The fact that this haunted house probably had the best story in any of the haunted houses of Halloween Horror Nights, or at least the ones that I went into. And it was amazing. The fight scenes, there were legitimate fight scenes between Freddy vs. Jason in a haunted house, and they come out at you out of nowhere. They use jump scares very well, extremely well, to the point where it's like, holy freak, you're never safe. You turn into one corner, one of them is there. Jason is coming at you with a machete, or Freddy with his long Wolverine fingers, or, well, probably Lady Deathstrike, because, yeah, Marvel. But it was amazing. It had great story. The effects were decent. And the characters were just so iconic and scary. And that's one thing. You would think that after knowing about these guys, it's like, oh, they're not going to scare me that much. But no, when they jump out at you, you feel the fear that people felt in the movies. Because it's like, holy freak, it's because they're so iconic that made them so scary, but also likable. And forgive me if that's maybe the reason that but again, I'm a fan of Walking Dead, and it's like it's low on the list. I felt it did a really great job. It's not every day where a haunted house could tell you a story. Like, that's not something that I personally am used to in any of these kind of haunted houses. And this is from someone who's been to many haunted houses in his life. Maybe my first time in Universal Studios, but still, many haunted houses, like from neighborhoods or schools and stuff, and none of them has ever done like quite a story like this. And it was amazing, and I loved it, and I gave it props, and that is why it was my number one, because it is the most scary. It kept you on your toes. The effects were decent. It had great characters, and also it had a great story. In the very end, we see who won the fight. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen the Freddy vs. Jason movie. I recommend you watch it. But yeah, it was great. Really great. And my friends all agreed, especially my friends Austin and Kyle and I think Krishma maybe, but they were all like super hyped for this haunted house, and now I saw why. It was definitely worth it. So with that, honestly, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little top 6, and this is the final vlog for my Halloween adventures. Soon I'm going to be working on other videos. I'm already planning a specific thing coming up. I do want to take this chance real quick to thank my friends who came all the way up here to Orlando to see me and spend time with me. Guys, I am so grateful and I had so much fun, and I thank you for being patient with me when I had to film some of my videos. I also really appreciate the fact that you were able to help. I know that there were some moments where things were a little iffy, but the entire time was worth it. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. I was so happy to spend all my time with these guys. They made the weekend worth it. I was able to help Beck reach her dream of her bucket list with the hot air balloon. That was for me a great moment. I love spending time playing games back in the hotel room with Zadie, where we kick each other's butt in Pokemon. It was a lot of fun. She actually uploaded a video on Facebook about that battle, so hopefully maybe I could show you guys. It'll be cool if we can. And it was just great. It was great seeing all my friends again, Austin, Ashlon. It was so much fun, and I'm so happy. I really am. I miss my friends and I miss my family, and it's natural. It is natural for that. Being a college kid away for quite some time, and obviously you're gonna miss the people. Whether or not you text them every day or call, it's not the same as seeing them in real life. And this weekend was probably one of the best Halloweens I've ever had in my life, because I had such a great time. And I want to thank you guys for that. Beck, Zadie, Jorge, Austin, Kyle, Ashlon, Krishma, anyone else who I might have forgotten. I'm pretty sure I haven't though. I thank you guys. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I don't know how this Halloween weekend would have been for me if we didn't do this. I'm so happy. So with that, I just hope in the future we're definitely gonna have a lot more adventures. There's a possible con that we might be planning to go in spring break, but that's a little secret. It's not confirmed. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So in the end, I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully the video is not too lengthy. But thank you for your time, and I will catch you guys later. Happy belated Halloween, and now we're on our way to Thanksgiving. Very excited for that. So with that, I will catch you guys later. See ya.